The sun goes down, the world goes to sleep, but for some, the workday is just beginning. We're talking about the graveyard shift, specifically for those working the lonely glow of a late-night drive-thru. You might think it's all about slinging burgers and fries, but when the clock strikes midnight, things can get weird. Tonight, we're diving into some of the most unsettling, true encounters from the drive-thru window. These aren't your typical customer complaints. These are stories that will make you think twice the next time you're getting a midnight snack. Let's start with a story from a former burger joint employee named Mark. It was around 3 a.m. It's dead quiet, not a car in sight for over an hour. Suddenly, the headset crackles to life. "Welcome. What can I get for you?" Mark asks. Silence. He repeats himself a little louder. Still nothing. He's about to dismiss it as a glitch when a voice, raspy and weak, whispers, "Just one water, no ice." Mark tells the car to pull forward. He waits and waits. But no car ever appears at the window. He even peeks his head out, checking the cameras. The drive-thru lane is completely empty. The sensor never went off again for the rest of his shift. Who was that voice? And where did it come from? Then there's the tale of the Mirror Man. A young woman named Chloe was working the overnight shift at a 24-hour coffee shop. A car pulls up, and a man places a simple order for a black coffee. When he gets to the window to pay, Chloe is taken aback. The man looks completely normal, except for one thing. His reflection in the driver's side window isn't his. Instead of his own face looking back, the reflection is of an old, gaunt woman with hollow eyes. Chloe froze, her hand hovering over the cash register. The man just smiled, a knowing, creepy smile, paid with exact change, and drove off into the darkness, leaving Chloe staring at the empty lane, questioning her own sanity. But it's not always phantom figures. Sometimes the unsettling part is the order itself. One Reddit user shared a story about a car that came through every single night at exactly 3:33 a.m. It was always the same vintage sedan, with windows so tinted you could never see inside. A distorted voice would come through the speaker and order exactly 12 cheeseburgers, no pickles, and a single small diet soda. They'd pull up to the window, and a gloved hand would emerge from a barely cracked window, holding the exact cash amount. No words were ever exchanged at the window. The employee and his manager got so curious one night they decided to follow the car. It drove to an old abandoned warehouse on the edge of town, pulled inside, and the huge metal door slid shut. They never saw the car again. What were they doing with all those burgers? Another chilling story comes from a chicken place in a rural town. The drive-thru speaker was notoriously faulty, often picking up strange static and interference. One night, an employee was taking an order when, layered underneath the customer's voice, she heard what sounded like a child crying for help. She asked the customer if everything was okay, if there was a child in the car. The customer, a middle-aged woman, sounded confused and said she was alone. The employee brushed it off as the faulty speaker. But for the rest of the night, every time a car pulled up, she could faintly hear that same desperate cry mixed in with the static. Her manager told her it was just radio waves from a nearby station, but she was never convinced. She said it sounded too real, too close. These stories are just the tip of the iceberg. From cars that appear and disappear on camera, to customers who seem to vanish into thin air after placing an order, the late-night drive-thru is a stage for the inexplicable. It's a liminal space, a crossroads between the sleeping world and the things that stir in the dark. These workers aren't just serving food. They're witnesses to the witching hour's strangest moments. So next time you're out late and you see that lone light of a drive-thru, remember the people inside. They've seen things that would keep most of us up at night, long after the coffee is worn off. What's the creepiest thing you've ever experienced late at night? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more unsettling stories. Stay safe out there.